Which equation has exactly one solution in common with the equation y equals 6x minus 2? Okay, so if there's exactly one solution, then that means what I have is I have intersecting lines as opposed to the same line as opposed to parallel lines. Okay, so something that I know about this is I know that whatever my first slope is going to be the same as my second slope if I have parallel lines. And that's the same case if I have the same line. If I have intersecting lines, then my slopes are going to be different. So the first slope is not going to be equal to the second slope. So what I'm going to be looking for here, my little shortcut, is I'm going to be looking for just the slopes of these equations. So let's look at some of these are going to be easier to calculate than others. We might need to put some of these in slope-intercept form, or we might need to use our shortcut formula here. Let's look at this first equation. Well, let's see. Let's do... Okay, so if I have an equation like this, ax plus by equals c, in order to figure out what my slope is, I can solve this equation for y. So let's do... let's subtract ax from both sides. We'll subtract ax like this. And we'll get this equation, by equals negative ax plus c. And now let's divide by b like this. And our new equation right here is going to be y equals negative a over b x plus c over b. So my slope is going to be this number right here. It means I'm going to take the first number and divide it by the second number and make it a negative. That's what my slope's going to be. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to scoot it out of the way for now since we don't need it right now. That's just explaining the shortcut that we're going to use here. All right, so first number, so my negative a over b is going to be equal to, it's a negative, this is my a value right here, 18. And this is my b value right here, negative 3. Remember to include the sign right there, negative 3. This is going to be equal to 6. That's the same as my slope here. So this is not the answer that I'm looking for. Okay. This equation is almost ready to be solved for slope-intercept form. It looks like I just have to double everything. So let's multiply everything by 2, and then we should get an equation that looks like this. We'll get y equals 6x minus 4. Well, here's that slope of 6 again, so this is not the equation I'm looking for either. Now, this equation looks like I need to divide by 2. So let's divide here, divide everything by 2, and we'll get y equals 4 divided by 2 is 2, so I got 2x minus 6. Okay, so here I got a different slope. That's what I was looking for. I wanted a different number than 6. So I know C is an answer, and this says which. It doesn't say there's going to be more than one answer, so I might have already found it, but just to be sure, I'm going to double check. So let's look at the last one. This one looks like it's written backwards, and that's okay. Let's just divide everything by 3 since there's a 3 in front of the y. So let's divide this by 3, divide this by 3, and we're going to get y. I'm going to switch sides at the same time. Y equals, I got the 18 divided by 3, well that's 6x, minus 12 over 3, that's 4. Well, that's the 6 that I was not trying to get, so I know that D is not an answer. So now I know for sure C was the answer.